Hi everyone, welcome back to the Speak Up Erika podcast. I'm your host Erika, and for this episode, I'm going to be doing a solo episode. I know it's been a while since we sat here together one-on-one, but today's topic is going to be about living with acne and acne positivity. And right now, I am not wearing any makeup on my face. And you can see my bare skin, although this camera isn't the best. I'll be doing a little bit more up close and personal later. I hope you're all doing well, and I really appreciate everyone who has reached out and has been enjoying the podcast. It's really meant a lot to me, especially all the series and the collabs that I've been doing. It's been really awesome to be able to give people a platform and to collaborate with some amazing, talented people with great insights. So, in today's episode, as I said, I'm going to be talking about acne and sharing about my personal experience growing up with acne, learning how to deal with it, deal with bad flare ups. So some of the causes that may cause acne, because there's so many different reasons why it happens, and the stigmas and insecurities behind it, the stereotypes, I guess, or myths about having acne, and then ending off with normalizing it and accepting who you are, and that acne doesn't define who you are. So when I first decided that I wanted to do this episode, I have been dealing with acne for over almost 10 years, I would say, and I am so uncomfortable to film this episode because I never show people how my real skin looks like. And when I don't even like showing it to my family, because they'll say like, oh my god, you got what happened to your face? Oh my god, you're in lab, you must be in lab. That whole idea of, and Filipino culture of having acne, and that it's not good, and that I'm not sure why they say that you're in love. It could be maybe because of hormones, I guess, which definitely is a cause of acne. With that Filipino culture of having acne equals bad, and having that ingrained in your head does not make you feel good when you don't have that perfect clear skin. So I felt very uncomfortable making this episode because I don't have a great relationship with my skin, and acne positivity, for those of you who don't know, it's embracing your acne and who you are and normalizing it and letting people know that it's okay and it's normal, it's natural, you look beautiful whether you have acne or not. And I'm just not at that point yet where I feel beautiful with acne, if that makes sense. So I think that this whole podcast about speaking up is a progressive thing, and being able to share something or say something that you don't feel comfortable about will help you speak up when there are other situations that you encounter that you don't feel comfortable, and that eventually you'll be able to speak up in situations and have that courage, kind of like a muscle where the more you work it out, the stronger you'll be, you know what I'm saying? So that is kind of the whole ideology behind the podcast. It's not speaking up, it's about having the courage to speak up and building that. Although I am embarrassed to be bare skin right now and show how I look like without makeup and no filter and all that kind of stuff, I think it is still important to normalize it. And I'm going to share about the first time I got acne, and that was probably in high school or elementary school. I can't really remember or pinpoint exactly when it was, but I always had acne growing up, and I always had whiteheads around like my mouth, chin, forehead area, never really around my cheeks or my neck. And then elementary school, high school, always had acne. And then at the end of high school, I had a very bad flare up. And I think it was because it was a time where I moved different cities and I was very stressed out and I didn't love myself at all. And I had started flaring up a lot on my cheeks, and I never used to, so I wasn't really sure what was happening with my skin at that time. Fast forward my skincare journey, I tried using so many different products, whether it's benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, going to natural skincare using African black soap, jojoba oil, tea tree oil. And if you don't know what these are, I'm not a huge skincare expert, dermatologist, XYZ, but from my knowledge, so natural skincare products are better for your skin because they have like less chemicals and all that stuff. But natural also doesn't mean good sometimes. I know I saw this post where, well, poison ivy is part of nature, that's natural, but it doesn't mean it's good for you. I'm like, true, true. And because some skincare is made with products that are not necessarily natural, doesn't mean that it's bad for you. You kind of have to just find what works for you, which sucks. And that's why the skincare industry is worth so much, because everyone is trying to find things that work for their skin, but just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you, and vice versa. So I just googled this fact right now, but by 2025 the global skincare market is estimated to be 189.3 billion US dollars. The skincare industry has witnessed a shift from demand from older consumers to a growing younger consumer base. Yeah, it's crazy. The skincare industry makes sense why it's worth billions of dollars, because everyone is trying to achieve that perfect blemish-free glass skin look, want to look healthy, radiant, and glowing, and see what we see on media of these people who don't have the same normalized skin that people have. When I know I also referred to salicylic, benzoyl peroxide, there's also AHAs, BHAs. Those are not an expert, but those are skincare acids that help with problems that you're trying to target on your skin. And like AHA and BHAs, they are skincare exfoliants, like chemical exfoliants. And the difference is there's physical exfoliants. So like say you got like grainy cleansers that help exfoliate your skin to slough away the dead skin cells and have a better turnover for your skin, so the healing process speeds up. So in my skincare journey, I would say that I've tried so many products, so many things to help me with my skincare, whether it's going all out and purchasing expensive products, whether it's going simple and trying to simplify my skincare routine, try the 8-step Korean skincare routine, try this skincare tool, the skincare lights, whether it's like blue or red lights, microdermabrasion, getting facials, which is actually something I haven't done, which I would love to try. It's just, I think there's this misconception where people think that they have to spend a lot to get really great skin, or spend a lot on products and treatments to get that perfect skin that they're looking for. And I guess it's true, like in some cases it definitely can benefit you and your skin, but it's not always the case. Like some people use Dove soap and that's it, and their skin is bomb and like glowing, and you're like, what the heck? So it's really just depends on the person, and you don't have to spend a million bucks to have A1 skin. But my skincare journey after university, I had a bunch of acne after university starting last year-ish, 2019, I had a lot of flare-ups. Sometime in university I started getting acne. For those of you who don't know what that is, acne on your neck. I know acne on your body is something that a lot of people experience as well. I don't have that, but I do suffer from some acne, and I know that the term maskne has come up, and that's people who are wearing masks have developed acne because of the mask, and it's like all across here, and I mean, I can vouch for that because when I used to serve, obviously I had to wear a mask, and I would wear some type of coverage because if I had to take my mask off, I didn't want people to see my blemish prone skin. That's a cycle in itself because you have acne, you put on the makeup, you put the mask on, and the whole 8 whatever hours you work, it's sometimes I get even worse pimples underneath, and I would not take off my mask because I just felt so embarrassed to reveal my skin or show people how I truly looked like when I shouldn't be embarrassed about how I look like. And that's kind of why I'm doing this episode, because voice out that is okay. Erika, it is okay to be, to look how you look and to accept that and love yourself for who you are. And it's hard because it's not easy to love yourself for who you are. This past year, my skin has been through it the most. I have suffered so much from a ton of acne to so many breakouts on my cheeks, which I usually never got before. Lots of breakouts on my nose area, which is one of the worst places to get acne, I would say, is on your nose, because it's in the middle of your face and you can't like put your bangs to cover it. If it's on your cheek, sometimes you can put your hair on your cheek and like, oh, okay, cool, you can't see the acne that much, right? But when you have it on your nose and you try to cover that up, sometimes the makeup accentuates it. You can put a pimple patch on it, sometimes you can still see it, and it feels like the whole world is staring at your pimple. And I know for people who suffer with acne understand that, and understand that feeling where you have these breakouts on your face and you feel like everyone in the world can see it, and then you go to your friend, you're like, yeah man, like I just have this huge pimple on my face. They're like, oh, I never even noticed that. And you're like, oh, okay. So sometimes it's all in your head, but I understand that feeling of hating how you look, and hating, wishing you had clear skin, and praying to the skincare gods, like, please, I would love to wake up with clear skin one day and just not experience having acne. And so that's been my experience growing up with acne, and I'm gonna post some photos of myself. So here's me with acne throughout quarantine, as I said, on my cheeks, on my nose, on my neck, and just, I never show these pictures to anyone, but it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed of who I am and how I look like, and I would love to shift that mindset and not feel that way. And I know that a statistic in Canada of the number of people who suffer from acne is 5.6 million Canadians suffer from acne, and that is 20% of the population, that's insane, man. And more than 80% of acne sufferers are between 12 to 24. 90% are adolescents, and 20 to 30% are from 20 to 40. I still have adult acne, I guess you can say, which is the best kind. Oh my god, the best. Um, but yes, and it's insane how much the skincare industry is worth, and how many people are suffering from acne and always trying to find a solution, so that they can wake up and just enjoy the skin that they're in. So, yeah, that is a bit about my journey, my bad flare ups, and going back to causes of why this happens and myths of why this happens. There are so many reasons why people can get acne. It could be your environment, it could be the water you're drinking, anything that you're eating, anything that you're not eating, the products that you're using, the products that maybe you're not using to help with your acne. Um, it could be your hormones, it could be stress, it could be your emotions, it could be things that you're feeling and dealing with. There's just so many things that can trigger acne. It's not one answer to why everyone has acne. I remember when I was younger, I drank some hot chocolate, and I told my friend, "Oh my gosh, like I've been breaking out so much," and he said, "Oh, well, it's because you're drinking hot chocolate." And it's kind of funny because just because I'm drinking hot chocolate in that exact moment doesn't mean that that translates to my acne. Like, sure, maybe my consumption of a lot of sweets may trigger me getting a lot of acne, but that isn't necessarily the exact reason. It could have been my hormones, my lack of water, my lack of sleep. It could have been so many different factors. And again, I'm not a dermatologist or a skincare expert or anything of that by any means. I'm just sharing from my own personal experience and personal research that I've done because I've had acne for like over 10 years and have always been trying to find ways to cure and help with living with my acne. But there's so many different causes, and there are some myths that people say people who have acne don't wash their face. People who have acne are dirty. People who have acne are this, they're that, and I think it's all because of the media and the misconceptions, and it's not true. Like I said before, because there are so many reasons, it doesn't mean that you're dirty. Having acne doesn't equal this. Like the way that media has its models online or what have you, people who share their skin online have clear skin, glowing glass skin, glowy skin, healthy, and I understand that that's what some people associate it with, but it doesn't mean that because you have the opposite end of the spectrum of not having those attributes, it means that it's bad. And it does have a lot to do with media, I would say, because growing up, I never saw anyone on TV that had a lot of acne, I guess. I think Braceface had acne, but then what from I didn't watch a lot of Braceface, but from my understanding, she had acne, she had braces. I think maybe she had glasses, and if you had all three of those things, you're considered ugly. And if you didn't have that, then you're considered beautiful and pretty and like an accepting part of society, you know? So there's definitely a lot of insecurities that come about when dealing with acne, and I can definitely vouch for that I feel and I still feel so embarrassed to even be beside my boyfriend who I see regularly and having acne blemishes and acne prone skin, and having someone else see that because they may think I'm disgusting or they may not think I'm beautiful enough, or it's a lot about what other people are thinking about your appearance. And then it also reflects on how you think about yourself because you don't look like that next beautiful person who has really amazing skin. But just because you don't have good skin doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. Your acne does not define you or your beauty or how you should be accepted into society. Now I'm gonna bring up the whole idea about acne positivity and hashtag free the pimple. And I came across this article. It's like a Vogue article about it is called "Has the Acne Positivity Movement Actually Got Us Anywhere?" And it just shares that the way that we talk about skin is changing thanks to hashtag free the pimple, and it encourages everyone to embrace who they are and destigmatize acne. But there's still a long way to go. And pretty much, for those of you who don't know what Free the Pimple is, it started in 2018 from Lou Northcote, and she built this movement to destigmatize acne and empower others to embrace the skin that they're in. So she did this campaign by showing unretouched makeup-free photos that showed models and people in their skin, in their natural skin. And I think for me, one of the first times that I saw people showing their acne-prone skin was Bub's Beauty. I believe it was Bub's Beauty, and she had at one point very cystic acne, and she was showing makeup tutorials on how she covered her acne or products that helped her feel more comfortable in her skin as she was healing and trying to treat her acne. And another person, I completely forget her name, but she was another female on YouTube who had suffered from a lot of cheek acne, and she was sharing products for her from her acne journey. And if you search on YouTube, and I've done this a handful of times of, like, how to cure your acne, how makeup for people with acne. There are a lot of people looking for ways to eventually have the clear skin that they dream of, and looking for ways to cover up their acne, and just feel beautiful beautiful in the way that they are. And I remember there was this thing on Twitter that was going around, and it was something like women who have makeup on and put makeup on, and they look completely different from how they look when they take their makeup off. It's like a catfish thing or something like that, and I think people were getting angry about it. I guess it would be like the opposite sex was getting angry about it. It's kind of like a mask, like you're not truly showing who you are. And then they were retaliating it with guys with a beard versus guys without a beard type of thing. I'm not gonna get too into it, but you can search it up on Twitter. I don't really know what to search up, but I guess it's like women with makeup versus natural beauty or something like that. But that is a whole other thing in itself, of people who wear makeup versus people who don't wear makeup and embrace their natural beauty. And I think that there isn't a division, in my perspective, there isn't a division of both of those spectrums, that you can wear makeup and still feel beautiful in your own skin. You can wear less makeup, more natural makeup, and still feel beautiful, and that getting to express yourself through makeup is such a great thing, and to be able to accentuate the features that you love the most about you and to express your creativity is some of the purposes of makeup, right? And I don't think that because you wear makeup makes you less beautiful, because you don't wear makeup makes you less beautiful. It truly comes down to not even your appearance, I would say, because someone who has bomb ass makeup that day may not be a good person, or someone who has a face full of acne may not be a good person. And it's what truly defines you isn't your appearance. And that, I know, it's what's in the inside that matters, right? But it is true. And anyways, in this article, it talks about the beauty industry and covering up the fact that of untouched, filtered skin, and some models who have backlash of showing their natural skin, and these people are struggling. And it also talks about the culture of shame and having the need to get rid of your pimples and cover it up. I'm going to link this article below, but it does show a lot about acne positivity in that, if you wanted to learn more about it. Going back to seeing these people who would post their bare skin on YouTube, and I wasn't even comfortable of showing like my partner or my parents or whoever who's next door or something, and these people are showing it to online to hundreds and thousands of people. And I was thinking to myself, wow, they're so brave, they're so courageous, like that's amazing that they're able to feel comfortable to do this. And I think it's crazy because Why is it I mean it is it's hard for people to show who they really are, and it is so brave to be unapologetically you and unfiltered you, and it's easier to hide behind a mask and try to cover up that person that you don't want people to see. That was one of the first times that I experienced acne positivity, I guess, and there's still a long way to go, I would say, in terms of accepting the way that we look and our imperfections. And I think this is slowly coming about with, say, for example, companies like Glossier, who are embracing people like your skin rather than makeup, and having makeup accentuate your features, and it's more natural makeup looks, and like skin tints, and even if you have like a skin tint to even out your complexion, having your blemishes pop out is not a huge deal because it's okay and it's normalized and you still feel beautiful. I think it's shifting of normalizing these beauty standards and normalizing the way that we feel and look in our own skin. And if it wasn't for the way that we're living right now, where everyone is having Zoom calls with each other, Zoom has that touch up your appearance selection. So I always use that so that I don't necessarily have to get ready, like get my face ready or anything, and I can just put that on because it will cover up my acne scars or the way that I truly look, and make me feel more presentable. But why is not wearing makeup not presentable? Why is being in your own skin not presentable? It's interesting, right? Thinking about that. And it could be because of beauty standards and the way that people think about professionalism versus bare skin, maybe. I don't know. Or I completely forgot about this. I used to work at Michael Kors. I remember I didn't wear makeup at that job, not really, because I would be working 15-hour shifts every day because I was hustling two jobs, and I also worked in the back of the room, so no one really saw me. But I remember one of my supervisors told me I had to wear makeup to be more presentable, and I was like, okay. There's so many issues with that. I'm not gonna get super into it, but I guess what I was saying before in terms of professionalism and having bare skin, and this person told me I had to wear makeup to be more presentable and I guess more accepting to society, or to, I don't know, people have their own ideas and reasons behind the people have their own ideas behind beauty, I guess, or it's interesting for other people to tell you how you should look like because of, I guess, society's perception and standards, and normalizing that. Why do I have to wear makeup to the job, and why can't I be the best seller or be the best stock person without it? Like, what? Why? I don't know. I remember telling my other coworkers that she told me that I had to wear makeup to work, and some of them were just outraged, like it didn't make any sense, and no one should be telling you that you should be wearing makeup, because you do whatever you want. Why does someone have to tell you that? Going back to normalizing it, free the pimple, acne positivity, and I know that I see more on social media of people embracing the skin that they're in and showing their bare skin and accepting it and feeling okay with it, and it's, don't be ashamed. I think to wrap up this episode and to I'll share a couple of things that have helped me in my acne journey and a couple of things to take away from this episode. So some things that have helped me in my acne journey have been cutting down the amount of products I've used. It is such a trial and error thing, but if something works for you, keep using it. Don't think you need to buy the $90 product that you think is going to help you when the $15 one is working perfect for you and doing amazing things to your skin. You don't have to spend so much money on your skincare routine, where there are products out there that will work well with what disposable income that you have available for you. And I think that's also another thing in itself, that the idea you have to spend a lot on your skincare to get the best results, where that's not always the case. And there are products out there that can work for you that don't have to break the bank, because as students, as people who are in elementary school or in high school, they don't have really the luxury or even the income to be able to spend on their acne. And even when I was struggling with acne, one of the first things my doctor said, "Oh my god, what's happening with your face?" and prescribed me with acne medication right away. Which is interesting, I guess, because it's like I didn't come there to treat my acne, but she thought I had to treat my acne, and immediately gave me a prescription to help topically with what was happening. Yeah, so going back, using less products, and whatever works for you, keep using what works for you, that you don't have to spend a lot on your skincare. Being kind to yourself. It's so easy to look at yourself in the mirror and you get a new set of friends on your face and you're like, dang, what the hell? Like, why did that happen to me? I've been cleaning my face every day and not falling asleep with makeup. I've been drinking my water, eating my veggies, and I still get some acne popping up, you know? Don't let those little friends that are coming and having a fun party on your face or your body or wherever it is change how you feel about the way that you love yourself. Your physical appearance doesn't amount to the person that you are. It doesn't define who you are. And I think that for people who are listening to this and may not have acne and may not experience struggling with it on a daily basis, that hopefully it finds more compassion in people who are struggling on the daily, and that I know I say this in a lot of my episodes, but that we're all going through it and we have to be kinder to one another. So yes, I hope this episode helped you in some way, whether it's accepting yourself a little bit more with your imperfections, whether it's realizing how many people are dealing with this and knowing that you're not alone. And that's something I always emphasize on this as well, is that you're not alone, and that there's people out there who feel the same way as you do. Whether it's understanding other people's perspectives of people who are struggling, even though you're not struggling with your acne. And I hope that seeing someone walk outside and seeing makeup free skin and stuff, that's normal, and that you're not judging someone because of their acne. The whole natural beauty versus people who wear makeup is also another big thing, and that's another episode in itself. But sort of portrays that, oh yeah, like I like girls who have natural beauty in comparison to who wear too much makeup. Just because you wear a lot of makeup doesn't make you less beautiful. Just because you wear no makeup doesn't make you less beautiful. And just because you wear natural makeup, just because you have no makeup that day and you have bare skin, accepting who you are, that you're beautiful no matter what. Like, who gives a fuck about what these people think? If you want to put on that blue eyeliner today, let's do it. Let's put on blue eyeliner. If you don't and you want to go out in pimple patches, fuck it. Let's go out and do that. And we have to be more compassionate and more kind and accepting of all the different types of skin that's out there. And I hope this episode has helped you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all your encouraging words and feedback of listening to the episode, and thank you so much. I'll chat with you in next week's episode. Bye.